Thank you so much, Miss Rena, for agreeing to do this interview about your father, Salvatore. I'm sorry we're unable to pay you a fee.
I don't need your money. I'm proud to be my father's daughter and to talk about him, even though he's locked up in a disgusting prison cell in Milano.
How is he? I heard his health is poor.
Yes. He has had several heart attacks. He is no longer a strong man. Death may be stalking him, but he has no fear of it.
Miss Rena, I'd like to ask you some difficult questions, if I may.
That is what I am here for, no?
As the boss of bosses, is it true that your father ordered the killings of hundreds of men, women, and children?
Si.
And that his hitman, Giovanni Brusca, the pig, kidnapped an innocent 13-year-old boy, tortured and then strangled him?
Yes.
On your father's orders? And that even his rivals were shocked by his brutality?
What can I say? Everything you say is true. I am sorry for the victims, but I know my father. He carries no shame. My father is the beast. He makes his own rules. Yes, women and children have died. This is the rule. The weak and the stupid die. The strong flourish.
So you think he has no regrets about what he's done? All that innocent blood?
No, he is my father and I love him. He lives by his own rules and I am proud to carry his name. Totorina, the beast, will go down in history.
I saw somewhere that your father is a fan of Richard Dawkins. I guess he has plenty of time in prison for reading. Tell me, what do you think Dawkins would say about what he's done?
Richard Dawkins would say that people like my father are just machines. You must understand. We have enemies, we have profits to make. We have no choice about what we do. The leopard cannot change its spots.
What about free will and human dignity? Surely your father's morally responsible for his vicious crimes.
It is impossible for men like my father to repent. If he was here right now with an Uzi and murdered you in cold blood, no one could blame him. Bang, bang! He is just a victim of his makeup, a chemical robot. It's what he does. He had no choice but to murder. His chemistry made him do it.
So you don't believe in free will then? Surely human beings have dignity and purpose. Free will allows us to make choices in life. Miss Rena, your father could have been a very good man who devoted his entire life in doing legitimate business and spending his profits on helping orphans and widows. Instead, he tortured and killed them. What could you possibly say in his defense?
Timang Sevi in his cell. He has told me over and over what Richard Dawkins says on free will. The Selfish Gene is his favorite book. Let me put this to you, Marco. As Dawkins says, isn't the murderer or the rapist just a machine with defects, eh? Free will is just an illusion.
So your father is an atheist like Dawkins?
Of course not. He is a practicing Catholic. The day of judgment is coming and he will have to give an account of his life.
Your family are practicing Christians?
Of course we are. Every one of our family is good Catholic. Mama and Papa always came into our room to say a bedtime prayer to Jesus with us children before we slept. We always thank Jesus for our many blessings.
He thanked Jesus for you children and then strangled the children of his enemies.
My Uncle Paolo, he is God-fearer too. He even built a chapel in his house for worshipping the Lord. When two boys insulted Uncle Paolo's wife, he had them strangled and thrown into a well. This is honor and the Lord understands.
So your God has no objection to your family's murders and tortures?
When one of the Rena family is threatened, we are all threatened, and we do whatever it takes to protect our honor.
Doesn't the Bible condemn murder and torture?
That is your opinion. We all decide our own rights and wrongs in life.
Well, what about hell? Personally, I don't believe in hell, but surely given what you've said, you do.
We believe that God will forgive every sinner. As my cousin Giordano said to me recently, Uncle Toto will one day be going to the angels.
Does this mean you believe that everyone is going to heaven, even after they die?
Our God is merciful. Jesus will forgive every sinner. No one will be turned away from heaven's gates. There is no need to repent.
Well, thank you for your time today and for your brutal honesty, Miss Serena.
Good manners and honesty. That is how I was brought up. I have plenty of both.